Well, we'll see two of the top defenses in the league go at each other here, Smitty. What do these teams do so well defensively that make them stand out?
Well, they communicate, they rotate well, they close out. But what they do is they make you play to your first, second, and make you get all the way to your third and fourth option. They take away those first 2 or 3 options. That's what makes these teams so good on the defensive end.
Well, like you were just saying during our break, contest, and always contest, huh?
Yes.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Filling out the wings, it's Green and Leonard. And it's Parker in at the point guard. Durant for 3. Gasol with the rebound.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Curry against Parker. Down low. Leonard with the steal. Right side Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
See, what I like about this play, Pau Gasol makes a big effort to get up court. Then he gets rewarded for the effort.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And San Antonio has possession. Parker passes to Aldridge. Parker outside. Outside Gasol. He kicks to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Right at the free throw line. And finished off by Gasol.
Easy bucket for Pau. Failed to block him out. He'll hover around the offensive boards all day.
Curry outside. They get it back. Out to Thompson. No good there off the double clutch.
An uncontested look from mid-range. He typically drains that one.
Durant with the steal. And Curry has it in the corner. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Curry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And we know how great Curry is at shooting the ball, but he is also an incredible playmaker. Very, very aware of how to draw the defense to him and get an easy layup for a teammate. He's underrated as a passer, mostly because his scoring is so incredible.
Steve, when you think about Curry and his playmaking, the assists are easy to count, but the gravity he has on the floor all over the floor creates shots for others by itself.
And if you're on Curry's teams, you have so much attention drawn off of you. When he has the ball, Kevin, defenders have to be aware of Curry at all times. Opens up so much space for the other shooters.
That free throw good from Gasol.
As Gasol continues to work on his shooting range, guess what? His free throw percentage has been creeping up as well. Probably not a coincidence.
Gasol drops 2.
And Pau Gasol, one of the most skilled 7-footers this league has ever seen. Whether it's the low post, high post, flaring off picks, you want the ball in his hand.
Durant, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Aldridge kicks to Gasol. And Leonard has it in the corner. Buries the long-range jumper.
A developing theme defensively. You must stay in Kawhi's shirt out on the perimeter.
And Pau Gasol, a very good perimeter shooter, starting to stretch his range out beyond that three-point arc.
Yeah, his face-up game is becoming more and more prominent. Working from that elbow, he's become more of a triple threat. He can shoot it, drive it, and pass at a high level.
It's stolen by Green. Thompson with it. Now Green defending. Curry kicks to Durant. Pachulia sets a screen for Durant. Over in the corner, Green. 5 to shoot. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
And the Spurs with some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Gasol. Ginobili comes in for Danny Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Kicks to Pachulia. Pass to Green. Over Leonard. Misses off the right iron. San Antonio leading by 4. Aldridge dishes to Gay. And then Gay with the jam.
You know Rudy likes showing off. He's definitely got hops. A sensational dunker.
And Rudy Gay suffered the injury last season, but was still a wanted man when free agency rolled around, Greg, and San Antonio got him.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs made a big offer for him, and Gay felt it was the right fit. Interesting to see how his role develops in San Antonio this year. Still, there's a feeling that he's got a lot left in the tank.
The free throw off from Gay.
Rudy Gay has been in the league for over a decade now. A valuable wingman with incredible length.
Iguodala wide open. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Gay kicks to Mills. Shoots. Warriors with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
McGee inside. Laverne on him. Yep, that one goes in there. McGee's got his first points in this one. San Antonio leading. And here's Mills. It's Ginobili on the wing. Gay in the corner. Right wing. And here's Mills from the arc. Trains the three-pointer.
All day, Mills will do this for you. Lightning quick on the catch and release.
Dishes it to McGee. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. On the free throw, no good. Now Mills for 3. And there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist by Mills. Ginobili's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And how about that lefty stroke there from Ginobili? It is a thing of beauty. He is dialed in from deep.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. The one goal they had coming into this game was to not let Curry beat them. And so far, their defense on Steph has been tremendous. Back to the action after this word. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me, and I watch film too.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
And the first quarter is in the books. Talking about ready to get underway. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Cleaning the glass. I mean, right from the jump. And that really helped them to set the tone.
What you have to do is establish a physical presence early. An aggressiveness their opponent has failed to match.
We've got Nick Young. JaVale McGee is out there with West. And there's Livingston. And it's Iguodala in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
With the acquisition of LaMarcus Aldridge, the Spurs going against the grain. Most teams going small and shooting threes. Aldridge, a big forward who loves the mid-range.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion. And guys, there's a lot to like here defensively. That shot almost ends up in the stands.
And he was not quite in position to block the shot, but the result is all the same.
And with Aldridge in the paint alongside another 7-footer, the Spurs have plenty of length inside.
Yeah, they do. LaMarcus Aldridge with pretty good mobility for a player his height. He's able to move his feet defensively and cover the pick and roll perfectly.
No good on that one. Murray's checked in for the Spurs. And he's good on the second. And Smitty, every NBA player who plays as long as you did has a moment where they realize Father Time has caught up with them. Was there a specific moment for you, for instance, when you realized that you had to retire, or you were being asked to retire?
Hey, Kevin, great question. It happened all in one sequence.
Oh, really?
I was playing the power forward position. Imagine that. I started this league as a point guard. I go to the power forward position. I step out to hedge on Jamal Crawford. He throws it through my leg. He keeps it and lays it up. I look over at Bernie Bickerstaff, and he nodded and said, "You know what, Smitty, it's time." I said, "Golly, coach, in the game, in the middle of the game." But that moment, I realized the game was passing me by with these young guys. And me and Jamal Crawford has talked about it. It was one of those moments when I didn't even react. I knew my reaction skills were gone.
That's an amazing story. Here's West. Anderson with the block. Pushing it up. Here's Laverne, and Laverne throws it down.
Yeah, he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Every so often a team will have a home game and see their stadium flooded with fans for the away team. Happens when a especially good, popular team is playing a team kind of in a bad part of their schedule, or maybe just in a bad part of their development. Smitty, do players notice when this happens, and does it bother them at all?
Yeah, players notice it. It does bother you. It happened to me when in the Chicago Bulls era. You hear people cheer more for Michael Jordan than their own players. It's because people love to see winners. People have their favorite players, and a lot of people right now look at it as they want to come see their favorite player. As a player, you just got to go out, beat Michael Jordan, go out and win, and usually the fans will turn into your favor.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years. And free throw good from Gay.
And when you watch Rudy Gay out there on the court, you see just why he's always been a solid scorer in our league. I mean, any situation, any type of offense, he can find a way to get points, and really one of the more underrated players we have in our league.
Thompson outside. Durant wide open. He fires. Again, Durant missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Aldridge kicks to Gay, and here's Green outside. Hits it from three-point range. And the Spurs lead by 14.
I love the elevation Danny Green gets on his jumper. Makes him tough to defend from distance.
Outside Durant. Will it go? That doesn't go either for Durant.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this lead. He's been off all night.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. From deep three-point range, offensive rebound, a second chance effort. That shot is off. Like 6 others he's attempted tonight, he has but 1 basket.
And I'll tell you, the sooner this quarter can end, the happier he'll be. It's been tough making shots.
Here's Aldridge. Excellent D there from Pachulia. Warriors trail by 14. Thompson from long range. Rebound by Murray. It's stolen by Green. Durant in the corner. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
With his long strides, Durant can gather at the three-point line and still get all the way to the rim.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. 35 seconds left here in the second. Murray kicks to Aldridge. On the clock. And here's Green outside. Tries again. And it's laid in by Aldridge. Aldridge has got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs.
The wingspan, the timing, Aldridge devastating on the offensive glass.
Outside Curry. From deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Curry's got 6 points. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And coach most likely wants to address their turnover issues. The offense looks forced right now, rush. There's no synergy to it. They have to find a way to work together and remain aggressive without making mistakes.
Parker outside, shoots over Livingston, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And that concludes the first half. It's San Antonio. They lead by 11. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They lead by 11. Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. It's been quite a game for JaVale McGee.
And I love the game plan in that first half.
Warriors trail by 11. On the court for San Antonio. Skilled tandem of Leonard and Aldridge at the 3 and the 4. Parker and Green are the guard sets. And it's Gasol at the 5 down low. And the replay brought to you by Under Armour, the Unleash Chaos moment, giving us a better perspective on just how far behind the line he was on that 3-ball. And Durant sends it back.
I'll tell you, if you're not looking out, KD will send your shot back.
Wasted no time on that one. And that's 12 points for Steph Curry.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
You watch Kevin Durant and the way he just rises up so easily, Steve, with his soft touch. He can absolutely be unguardable, even if you're willing to throw double and triple teams his way.
You know, Durant's height, shooting, and mobility are just too much for one defender to deal with. On any given possession, he can create a good look out of nothing. It's why he's one of the greatest scorers to ever play.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
It's Durant on the wing. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
Great effort there. Aldridge sniffs out the shot, sends it back.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
They kick it out to Green. That three off the mark. It's tipped. Warriors trail by 7. Pass to Durant. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit. Maintains focus. Count it.
Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Shot from 12. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
No, he's just flexing his muscles on that slam.
Oh, he wanted these people to hear that one. Now a timeout called by Golden State. You know, Steve, Kawhi Leonard keeps things in his life pretty simple off the floor and continues to drive himself hard on the floor.
You know, Kevin, he's not about the flash. Instead, he's about investing in his future.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Laverne, he's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Danny Green. And here's the break. Here's Parker. Can't hit that one. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Here's Iguodala. McGee inside. Defended by Laverne. Here's Iguodala. The shot's good on the assist by West. Iguodala's got his first points of the night.
Andre getting the offensive juices flowing. Just a confident player who likes taking those type of shots.
Iguodala against Leonard. Lets it go from 11. The shot's good. Leonard's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, if you wonder why they're in control of this game, just look at his stats from the field. Solid, solid, solid.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kawhi Leonard has become a go-to scorer, but his focus still starts at the defensive end. He said, my mindset is the same every game. Whoever I'm playing against, I go in and try to stop their best scorer and then try to get myself going on the offensive end. Kevin?
And David, that's what you get with Kawhi. Mr. Consistency, one of the best two-way players in the game. It's West with the drive. McGee, the pass to West. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Warriors. San Antonio leading by 11. Outside Gasol. Out to the right wing. McGee with the block. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. San Antonio also making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Laverne. Gay comes in for Leonard. And it's Ginobili in for Parker. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the third. Gasol against Durant. Unloads from 9. The shot is good off the backboard. 14 points for Pau Gasol.
High percentage look for Pau. Won't miss many from that distance.
And really deep through that time.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent, hitting a much higher percentage.
Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Gasol's got 16 points.
May have been a foul. Anyway, Gasol absorbs the hit, was strong enough to finish through it.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
I mean, clearly not on the same page right there. You hate to give away possessions.
40 seconds left to play in the third. The feed to Pachulia. The dish to Durant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
The Spurs making a switch here. Murray's checked in. And he sinks the second.
Kevin Durant, for his career, almost 90% at the free throw line. He'll make you pay.
Ginobili dishes to Gasol. Kicks it out to Ginobili. Anderson passes to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
From deep three-point range, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Spurs lead by 13. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Right now is when we go, good shot, great shot, right? Right now is when we talk on every screen down here and switch. And
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Spurs leading by 13. There are a lot of punishing players in the league, Steve, you know that, who will just hound that offensive glass. Who are your top picks for the best offensive rebounders right now in the league?
I think Andre Drummond, Dwight Howard, Kenneth Faried, some of those guys that just attack the glass. DeAndre Jordan, some of those guys are just relentless. Zach Randolph doesn't do it with a lot of athleticism, but he gets great position. Those guys have a knack for getting offensive rebounds.
And they can just read it well, right? A lot of guys just read these rebounds the right way. They know where that bounce is going to go, the angle of the shot and everything else.
And it's such an art to be able, like you said, to read the angle and get into position and understanding how guys miss shots. And that's an art because guys have to put in a lot of film work to do that.
Thompson and Durant, the sharpshooters at the 2 and the 3. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. That's the Warriors' 5. Danny Green, he's checked in for Murray. From deep, Green once again off the mark by San Antonio. Livingston kicks to Young. Some nice passing by Golden State. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. San Antonio calls timeout. And the Warriors dominant last season again, not only because, Greg, of their offense, but because of their defense. One of the best in the NBA, and they're just so active on that end of the floor.
No doubt about it. And you know what? Credit their personnel because it allows them so much more flexibility defensively. And even when they go small, they have excellent rim protection. They're a physical bunch. I just don't think they get enough credit for their rebounding. One of the better teams in our league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Pau Gasol's checked in for Kyle Anderson. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Rudy Gay. And Tony Parker subbed in for Manu Ginobili. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there, use the clock, and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
Thank you, David.
And for Tony at this point, it's less about the speed getting up the court and more about the knowledge of where to go and what to do.
Down low. Here's McGee. A rebound by the Spurs. Gasol's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. McGee against Aldridge. Out to Parker. It's up a 3. It's rebounded by Livingston.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Timeout called the Warriors. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. Some changes for Golden State.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
The reason why is you like to get value every time down the floor, but that does take a lot of discipline.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Golden State. Curry dishes to McGee. Curry kicks to Pachulia. He feeds it to McGee. And again, no good by Golden State.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And on some plays, everything goes your way except for the finish.
No good from Durant. San Antonio leading by 10. Parker kicks to Gasol. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
Though he's extended his shooting range, inside is where Pau Gasol makes his money. Now going to the line.
The first free throw is good. Gasol drops 2.
Pau Gasol as skilled of a big man as you'll find in this league, in my opinion. Passing, shooting, handling, you name it.
The shot by Thompson, no good.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
From the wing, and the jumper falls for him. We were just talking about Pau shooting last season. He shot almost 55% from three-point range. How about that?
That's how you fend off Father Time. Keep adding layers to your game.
McGee with the block. Thompson outside. It's Durant on the wing. Thompson against Gasol. To the inside. It's stolen by Green. Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Give him any kind of opening, and Kawhi Leonard will make you pay at the rack.
From deep. Curry can't get it to go.
Yeah, and even with his range, that one might be asking a little too much.
Well, the truth is, he probably makes this shot a little more often than he should, so it's hard to resist. Kawhi Leonard, a stifling defensive presence, both individually and in help situation. He's a difference maker.
On the free throw, no good. And Kawhi Leonard, nicknamed the Claw for his enormous hands. He uses them to pile up steals.
You know what's crazy, Kevin? He has worked hard to improve the strength in his hands, too. Catching and throwing medicine balls. Ball handlers beware. You show him the ball, and it's gone.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for San Antonio.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Pau Gasol.
What I like that he came ready to compete in this game, but he did it under control. Tremendous poise, never seemed to be in a hurry, just played the game the right way.
Golden State's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Leonard with the steal.
Hey, get on Aldridge. Get on Aldridge.
Parker passes to Green. On its way from Curry for 2. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And you got to like that they are competing all the way through. Try and maybe build some momentum going into the next one.
Because the execution was not there tonight. That's something they can use this time to work on.
A 3 from Leonard. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
Feeds it to Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
And in as hostile an environment as you're going to see, they found ways to step up time and time again.
You know, playing away from home, it's easy to get out of sync. Instead, they focused and dominated.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny.
Thank